My name is Gurveen Randhawa,
And my name is Sonia Kaila.
and welcome to our presentation on social media identity and body politics. So, here's a little bit about us and our project. We are both students majoring in communication at Simon Fraser University who created this project on a subject that we feel strongly about and that we believe needs more attention, especially among the youth, where they are introduced to social media and the dangers surrounding it, such as concepts like body politics. The intent behind this workshop was to create healthier social media experiences for all media users. This would take place in the form of body positivity and fostering accurate social media identities that would allow them to show their most authentic self. Now, moving on to the rationale. This media education program tackles and addresses the vital topic of body politics and gender ideologies on social media platforms, specifically Instagram. As we know, Instagram is a great way to connect with friends, share content, and explore new ways to showcase your knowledge of technology and the specific platform that you are using. However, Instagram has dichotomies. Dichotomies are emerging in social media apps like Instagram since it poses a danger to young teens by making them addicted to platforms, spend more time on their devices, and constantly view unrealistic body standards. The power of images, specifically unrealistic body images within social media platforms, have the ability to perpetuate negative connotations on the self and stereotypes surrounding teenagers in high school. With that being said, it is essential to provide some sort of guidance and be the source of help to teenagers in high school in regards to the imperative topic of self esteem, body politics, and negative gender stereotypes that are apparent through the use of social media platforms. In order to fully grasp this topic, it is important to know what body politics is. Body politics is prevalent in today's society as it consists of the idea that society tries to enforce their control over somebody's body in terms of body type, facial features, and skin color. In other words, the ideal body image is curated through society's idea of body standards. Now, how does our workshop foster empathy, age, or gender? The way we curate our workshop is the way we curate our audience in our workshop is extremely important, and it can be detrimental to the success of our workshop. As we are both women creating this workshop, we are well aware of the differences in the types of activities that females and males engage in. Although we know that women are heavily affected from viewing unrealistic body images, it is imperative to note that the youth are evidently more susceptible to negative effects of media panics. More specifically, we should not only think about girls when we discuss topics such as body positivity, it is also a conversation for boys. There's a constant pressure in teenagers to maintain a certain weight, size, and shape, which is consistent in both boys and girls. The common body stereotype and image we see for girls is a thin waist, wide hips, and big lips, which are famously popularized by the Kardashians. However, many boys develop insecurities around not being muscular or being too short, as being over 6 feet tall has been the pressuring stereotype for boys, solely because many girls say they prefer their significant other to be over that specific height. With that being said, this ties in with creating and dividing teenagers up in a workshop based on age, as it would be much more effective than dividing by gender. When taking age into consideration, the teenagers at the workshop would feel much more confident and comfortable when people in their age group and grade are together. This may be encouraging for more truthful answers and allow for more vulnerability from the teenagers in contrast to attending a workshop with just students of all ages by the same gender. Essentially, by dividing our workshop by age and grade, it fosters empathy between genders when they see someone else is going through that is of a different gender from you. In addition to that, we made 3 separate workshops. One is for grades 8s and 9s, one's for grades 10 and 11, and the last one is for grade 12s. The younger audience would get much more of a softer approach to this workshop compared to the older teenagers, as using social media and viewing unrealistic body images may be a new concept for them. As the older teenagers in high school have been probably using social media and could be exposed to sending nude images, they will get much more of a harsher approach as they will soon be entering the real world after graduating. Therefore, the workshop objective is dissimilar compared to others to show the curation of ages and places in life.
Our target audience for this workshop consists of male and female high school students from grades 8 to 12. We chose this group because this is the key age in an individual's life for social media and exposure through the internet. When creating this workshop, we found that there were a few challenges. The first challenge was the fact that teenagers have a connection with technology, which makes it harder to give information on how to use the technology properly and have them accept it. The next challenge was the blurred boundaries between an individual's private and public lives. This was the largest obstacle since people generally tend to post everything that they do online. especially teenagers. Ultimately, there's no sense of privacy in these actions, so they don't feel like they can keep anything to themselves. This is a big issue when it comes to the authentic self and showing their true self, which is often hidden behind a feed of happy memories and achievements, cutting out anything that could show even an ounce of negativity. The learning objectives and goals of the workshop are designed to help overcome these challenges and make sure that teenagers can use social media for themselves and not become a victim to how the society around them depicts social media. We hope that this workshop can impact the way that they see themselves on social media, giving them a better sense of self esteem and identity when posting and viewing content. Each workshop is made of the same foundation, with some differences based on what would be applicable to each group. The introduction starts with a workshop explanation and our objectives. We then go into a short video about how social media can impact the self esteem of teenagers across age groups and what comes with this. There's then an icebreaker activity where students close their eyes and we ask a series of questions that would revolve around their own experiences with body positivity, self esteem, and social media. This is followed by the main portion of the workshop, starting with a discussion of these key terms that students might not be familiar with. We then go into a discussion question, example female and male scenario, and a written question. Each of these items will differ slightly based on the age group in the workshop. Finally, the conclusion, where we will end with a short video about the effects that social media has on self-esteem and how it would impact them and their authenticity. This video also reiterates the message behind the workshop as a whole. Then we'll be closing remarks and a question and answer period. In the grade 8-9 program, we chose the female example to be Kylie Jenner's lip injections and how this caused the procedure to become popular and individuals to become insecure about their lips. The male example will be the idea that males are, in a sense, made fun of for being lanky and not muscular, and we'll go over how this can make men feel insecure and self-conscious. The grade 10 and 11 program's discussion question will be about what they would say to someone, a friend, or someone else that is struggling with their body image. The idea behind this would be to get an idea of what they would say while possibly having it resonate with themselves. The female example for this group is the backlash received by Beyonce when a photo of her Photoshop thigh gap became popular. The discussion behind this would look at how females show an importance for having a thigh gap, since it has become a beauty ideal as many celebrities are seen with it. The male example is the push to be muscular and replicating celebrities like The Rock, where we'll discuss how males strive to become more muscular in order to attain the body of what is referred to as the ideal male. The grade 12 program differs from the other two programs because we felt that the grade 12 year was a year when students undergo many changes and are thrown into a world that is very different from high school, especially in how they operate on social media. We chose the discussion question because we thought it would be important to address the differences between the bubble of high school social media and the social media of the adult world. The focus of this discussion would be how they would go from seeing most of their classmates posts to seeing more posts surrounding distorted views of identity and what is ideal, which can have a greater impact on their sense of self. The female example about the Kardashians focuses on the backlash that Khloe Kardashian faced when she posted her heavily edited selfie when an image came out from their reality show showing her in the same makeup and clothing. This example shows the students that what they see on Instagram isn't necessarily real or what they might see in real life, showing a distorted sense of beauty. We want this to start a discussion on how women might feel the need to match their looks to people like the Kardashians, despite the fact that the Kardashians don't exactly look like themselves. The male example would look at how men might be expected to look muscular and tall like we see the majority on Instagram do, which can, again, show a distorted idea of what men are expected to look like, since these are often male models that we see. We want this to create a discussion on how men can also become self-conscious and want to go to the gym in order to change the aspect of themselves, similar to how women might want to change certain aspects of themselves.
Now, speaking of self-worth, the key goal of our workshop is for students to know their worth. We created an Instagram page called knowyourworth.ws to get students and anyone who would like to come together and promote body positivity. We hope that our page can be an outlet for anyone to know that they look just great, just the way they are, and to take a minute, appreciate yourself, and know your worth.
The goal of our workshop is to help young individuals understand their social media identity and to be as authentic to themselves as they can while increasing their confidence. And we feel that through this workshop, we have accomplished that.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and if you have any further questions, please visit our Instagram page, knowyourworth.ws, for more information. Thank you.